Hello and welcome, my name is Lola, and in this video we're gonna be talking about small talk. In this video we'll cover what is small talk, and we'll practice actually a small talk with our immersive episode. So I'm sure you know what is a small talk. If you don't know, it's like a light, small conversation that we have with people that we usually don't know in some setting. For example, with our neighbor in the elevator. I think it's always a good idea to have a small talk with your neighbors, even if you're renting a place or staying somewhere for a short amount of time, even if it's an Airbnb, you know, or once again at the hotel, or let's say you're joining someone for the weekend and you're meeting people who live around, it's always a good idea to have a small talk. So once again, you could be talking about the weather, popular topic, or you could be complimenting them. You could be kind of commenting on, let's say, their house or their apartment or even their balcony. Like, oh my God, guys, do you have, like sometimes you see something on the balcony, like a bike. Like, are you guys cycling? Oh, I saw the bike on the balcony. I love cycling, whatever it is. Or like, oh my God, you have such a beautiful flower or such a beautiful plant. Or do you guys have a dog? Yeah, because we hear it and they're like, oh my God, so sorry, does it bother you? We're like, no, I love dogs. I'm wondering who has a dog, who I can become best friends with in our building, you know? Things like that. My neighbors, for example, when we were moving in to a new building and nobody knew each other, we were talking about like the building itself and the parking spots. Like, oh, you guys on 2-1? Yeah, sorry, I parked in your space. Oh, like it's okay. We always confuse them, whatever it is. Or like, oh, guys, you know, you're in the building, like, do you know that the trash day is on Wednesday? I'm like, oh, we were trying to figure it out. Whatever it is, whatever is the routines of the building, of the apartment, you could discuss, because most likely you share the same problems. It's not even about getting an information, but it's about like marking that I'm here with you, I'm open to have a conversation, I'm here if you need me, you know, I'm a normal human being who can respond, you know, who can connect. And for the sake of practice, I want us to jump right into our immersive episode of Befriending Your Neighbor series and going through an example of a small talk. Let's do it. Jumping in Lola's big app, Befriend Your Neighbor. Lola lost her key. And once again, here we're already in the middle of knowing each other, but we're neighbors, we're not friends yet, so we still have this kind of like small talks, which are a little bit bigger than the smallest talks, but you'll get the idea. Let's go. Hi, Lola. Hey, nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Do you have the card?
Yes, let me open the door.
Thank you. I think I forgot my card at home.
No problem, I got it.
The door is open.
Thank you. And here we start, like we're still walking together, so we will engage in small talk.
So, how do you like it here?
I like this area, it's very green.
I like it too. I love that we live by the park.
When did you move here?
I moved in last year.
Where did you come from?
I moved from Studio City. What about you?
I just moved from Santa Monica.
I love Santa Monica. But I think you're gonna like it here.
Fingers crossed.
By the way, if you ever need anything, stop by my place anytime.
And we see fluency and intonation, and we can improve our pronunciation, see the phrases, go through them. It's awesome. And that episode reminded me about another phrase which is great for it. Small talk as an icebreaker. Do you need help? Do you need help, right? We were approaching, Lola forgot the card, forgot the key, maybe she had heavy bags, maybe she was like kind of lost. I'm trying to remember which apartment she lives in. Whatever it is, like, do you need help? When you see someone in kind of like lost situation at any kind of event, it's always a good idea. It's just a human thing. Even if a person says no, it's not like they don't want to be talking to you. It's very often they just like myself. I never ask for it. I'm like, no, thanks. I'm good. But it brings us closer together as human beings once again. So, do you need help? I hope by now you realize. So it's all about having this light, nice, positive, easy sentences, open questions, which are a great example. So instead of asking yes and no, ask an open question like, how did you like it? You know, so I have an opportunity to give my full response versus asking, did you like it? Yes or no, kind of, you know, how did you like it? It's more like, tell me more. So I want to mention some topics that we would recommend to avoid. It's kind of common sense, but once again, I just want to name it. Like politics, never a good idea. Religion, never a good idea. Dark humor, probably not a good idea. Personal finances or personal health. I hope it's a common sense. Something super, super private. Even here in the example of conversation with our neighbor, I think we were borderline personal because we asked like, where did you move from? But we knew her name. So we were already kind of acquainted. We already know that we are neighbors, you know, we know where to go if we need to find this person. So we had like clearance for the kind of ish personal question. But usually just stick to this common universal topics and you'll be safe. And in the end, I've mentioned that earlier, but I want to highlight it once again. Don't be afraid to have a small talk. Don't be afraid to try to have a small talk. And even if you make mistakes, that will be okay because people will want to support you. They are on your team. And if you're like me, when sometimes you have a guy who's trying to start a conversation, you can't even understand what he is saying, you could always ask like, oh, sorry, say that again. Like, oh, what was that? It's okay. It shows that you're trying to connect, that you're trying to understand. Like, oh, sorry? Like, sorry? Like, oh, I was in my head. Oh, yeah. Oh, the sun is amazing. I can't wait to get to the beach. Oh my God, I was swimming throughout the whole weekend. Whatever it is. Like, we live by the sea, so that's a relevant example. Don't throw a tomato at me. So the main key would be active listening. Active listening is a key. So if you're trying to connect, if you're trying to understand the person will get it. So now you know all the basics about the small talk, and hopefully you will feel more encouraged to have a small talk at any situation. And if you want to practice having a small talk, use our immersive app Lola Speak, where you can go through real life situations and practice pronunciation, getting feedback on your speech from our AI and improving your speech, and overall having fun. If this video was useful, subscribe to our channel. It helps us to create better videos, and let us know if you have other cool ideas for the next episode. We'll be happy to make a video specifically upon your request. My name is Lola, and I'll see you next Friday.